3, 2, 1.
Welcome to the Hash Graph. For everything Hedera Hash Graph related, with Peter Juliano, Mark Lombardi, and Jacob Williams.
All right, hello, welcome to another episode of the Hash Graph. This is Mark Lombardi, and we are joined with Peter Juliano and Jacob Williams. And sorry, we've been absent for a couple of weeks. I don't even remember what episode this is. Maybe 7, maybe 8, probably.
But does it even matter?
Doesn't even matter. It doesn't. It'll be down below. Like and subscribe, because we always forget that. And comment on this stuff and ask us questions and all that good stuff. So let's get rolling. What do we want to talk about?
I'm on Twitter. I'm not going to be on Twitter for like a week, almost.
I wanted to ask you about that. So you guys said you got shadow banned or something like that.
Yeah. So
what the hell does that mean? Because I'm not like a power Twitter user. I have no clue with that.
Basically, they throttle your engagement, and it's hard for your friends and your mutuals or even like other people to actually see the content. So what you just do is you just lay low for a few days, and then pop your head back up, and you're good to go.
But so do you know what you got flagged for?
I mean, it could be me liking a lot of things too much or doing so many retweets that it looks like spam. You know what I mean? Because I'm always like, if you look at my feed, it's just freaking like art right. Retweets and quote tweets and whatever. So I mean, it could be stuff like that.
So they think you're a bot.
It's possible. Yeah.
That sucks.
Yeah. So I just want to tell people that I'll reply in DMs to people, but like I won't,
I'll be on Twitter about as much as I'm usually on Twitter. So, how about you, Peter? More or less?
I don't know. Lately, I've been like, last few days I've been like missing in action. So I gotta get back on my grind again. I've been lost.
I feel like I've been missing in action for 2 years, and it's this is where I've been missing in action. So. Feel like the whole rest of my life is kind of gone off to the side, and this has kind of somehow become a focus.
I found out a way to get money to Russian artists.
All right.
And it's just, you can be not even an artist, but like, because obviously the woman that does these Elaru right behind me, these images, she's Russian. And as you know, like their whole freaking banking institution is like down the shitter as far as outside influence goes. I mean, inside's okay, but outside is not so much. But it's like a site called, I think it's called like Boost. Yeah, Boosty or something like that. Yeah, it's Boosty.to, and I'm able to actually send rubles, and I just go and I look at the exchange. And I'm like, all right, I'll send this, and it actually goes to their bank card. I know that they deplatformed the Russians from using their PayPal, like just recently, like as of last week. But the money is still going into. So if you're out there and you're, a freelancer or something,
good to know,
and you want to get some money, go to that website and look up tutorials on how to do it, and you can still make your cash. Or if you have a family member,
Now, what's the service that everybody uses in WeChat or something like that? Don't they have a payment system?
Yeah, it's through their social networking and their social credit scores app or whatever it is. I don't know, but yeah, it's I think it's like WeChat.
Because WeChat's Chinese, right? I would imagine they didn't put sanctions on Russia.
No, but I mean, to go through that, you'd have to like do a VPN, set up an account, and then somehow have a roundabout way to send, yuan through there. I would imagine. It's much easier just to use as an American. I can just do PayPal or Visa. So because it's my game. It's like my.cy, which is like a game company, and it's like a donation site, which it may just be like a donation site. I don't know, but the donation site then transfers the money to them. So it's like it's a 3-part system.
So if you're looking to get money and you're in Russia,
that's where to go. There you go. I just want to throw it out there because I have a lot of artist friends, and like some of them are like legitimately looking for ways to get money to family, and so I just want to bring that up.
I'm legitimately looking for ways to get money as well. And,
Me too.
So I guess that's a good transition into. So I was a part of an auction this past weekend through Dpub. They did their it was their second auction, but it was their first one was just Brainsish, who is.
You were?
I was in the second auction. So the first
you
auction
weren't part of it though.
I was a part of it. I had a couple of pieces of artwork that were listed for sale. There were 20.
That's human trafficking, Mark. That's not.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what that is.
Yeah. Oh man, it's all good.
I'm sorry, just messing with you.
No, it's all good. So yeah, I had a couple of pieces that were in this second auction that were part of a total of 20 pieces, and yeah, both of my pieces sold, which was awesome. There weren't a lot of people at the auction, but it was really more of like a proof of concept that we could actually do a multiple artist, multiple piece auction. And it went smoothly. Everything went really well. So I'm excited about Dpub kind of opening up. They're going to be opening up auctions to individuals so that we'll be able to start doing our own auctions now. But that's exciting. That gives a lot more utility to the Dpub crew.
Do you know how many people participated? Like how many people bid?
It depends on each individual.
On yours, I'm talking about. On yours. Like.
So on my two pieces, only one person bid on each piece. So it went for... they went for 269 H-bar and 300 H-bar, respectively. But one of the pieces was my own piece that I created, and the other piece was Zucouture piece, Zucouture number 1, from Scribbly Dimples artist that launching on Dpub. So that stuff should be out and for sale on Dpub pretty soon through my stories page.
Well, Dpub is token gated, right? So if they weren't token gated, they probably would have a bigger turnout, I would imagine.
Well, the auction wasn't token gated.
Oh, okay.
But only participation in the auction. So yeah, that's really cool stuff. I'm excited about that, and they should have a whole bunch of other tools that are coming available soon too. I think that. Their main NFT piece from Brainsish, which is the Valley of Dry Bones, is supposed to be launching pretty soon. And as soon as they launch that, they're going to be giving the tools to the rest of the Dpub crowd to be able to, do the hash lips minting so that you can mint whole collections at once.
That'd be nice.
Get all the metadata tagged and do it, the pro Ethereum way, I guess.
Pro Ethereum. Yeah, well,
like the standard for OpenSea and all that kind of shit.
Yeah, we're in the process of doing. When I say we're, I mean Baptiste is in the process of doing all that manually.
Yeah, is he using hash lips?
I don't know. He may. I don't know. He's a smart guy, so I imagine he's a work smarter, not harder person. So, I mean, I didn't stick around too long because he might have asked me to help. So, no, just messing.
Gotta be careful what you volunteer for.
Yeah, no. May 5th, man.
Is that your drop date?
Yeah, May 5th.
Beautiful.
Officially, May 5th. Yeah, we have a date. And then in a few weeks, I'll get to the community with a mint price. But we can officially say seen on Fox News and ABC and Market Watch just had our press release out, which is cool.
Nice.
So yeah, I mean, we're just trying to grow up. Peter's doing a really good job with outreach and stuff.
Are you guys doing a whitelist?
Yeah, we'll be doing a whitelist. And I did have a piece of art made for the whitelist. specifically, and it was really cool. It's made by at @fid_JEY, another Russian artist. I don't know. I just have like I have a lot of Russian artist friends. She does like really really cool like Vocaloid, 3D animation render stuff like in Daz Studio and whatnot. Amazingly talented, but the way she works is like so, I want to say, bizarre in a way, because she actually created the whole piece in 3D, modeled and rigged all the poses and the characters in 3D, and then transferred it into Shop, and then made it a 2D image.
Wow.
Right? Isn't that like, it seems it's a lot of work, but I guess for someone that is like, that's all they do is 3D modeling and rigging, that's probably so easy for them.
Well, yeah, and if you do the 3D modeling and rigging first, you can basically set your shots up however you want, and then you can do
Maybe that's why.
You can do a photo shoot, and you get multiple angles and different lighting and all kinds of stuff. And
maybe that's why they do it that way.
Well, because I know Beeple, he does all of his stuff in like a 3D model setting, and he just drags and drops. He doesn't even create a lot of his own artwork. He just he has 3D models, and then he takes the 3D models and assets, puts them in, and then manipulates those 3D assets to kind of create his own thing. So he uses like Homer Simpson and SpongeBob SquarePants and all that kind of stuff that you can find just online searching for 3D models.
Talking about IPs, BAYC, Meebits, and the original Punks from Larva Labs got bought by, was it Yaga, whatever Labs? I forget how you pronounce it. Yeah. And then in an extremely Chad move, they gave all the holders 100% rights, copyright to their NFTs.
Well, they also got airdropped a shit ton of tokens too, didn't they?
Yeah, which are worth a lot of money. But what, and this has some very, it shouldn't have had any consequences if people weren't so lazy, in my personal opinion, and were creative. There's nothing to worry about. Now we're in a place where these people they are now have the copyright to derivatives. So they can even do like DMCA requests to OpenSea if they wanted to. And they can sue individuals that hold it, or maybe they can sue for damages for people that sold it.
But that would only be enforceable if each individual registers it under their name.
But it's still a pathway. They didn't have a pathway before, but now there is a potential pathway. And like, I'm just thinking to myself, like, damn, like, that's crazy. Like, but that's what you get, right? That's what you get for, like, to me, I saw that, I'm like, that's what you get for being lazy, mofos. Sure. like that. But you all know my stances on derivatives. So this is, I kind of almost smiled inside when I saw these people get their copyrights. I'm just like, and then a guy already opened up a restaurant.
Oh, I saw that with the cups and everything.
Yeah. Yes, like he's actually, that's his logo. You cannot like, if I was him, I'd be like, he's gone so far to, like, it's millions of dollars to open a restaurant. Yeah. And all of his branding now, it's his image. He owns all the copyright. And that means all these derivatives and people making whatever merch, they're infringing on his design now. And I don't know if they go as far as, can you trademark? I'm going to ask you, Peter, can you trademark Punks? To where, I mean, now,
if that was your logo and brand recognition, then yeah, like, so like, we have the Wafu mascot. That can be a trademark because it is the brand identity. Yep, it's the brand identity. So you can not only copyright the art, but you could trademark it for the company, so nobody else could use the logo.
So when you trademark something, so say if I have a me bit and someone decides to do a me bit derivative on OpenSea or Polygon or Solana, wherever, Ghost Chain, whatever you want to do, I can go and say, hey, like, I've trademarked this, take this down. And they've got
You
to
can,
comply,
but there's different classes. Like,
right?
so
Okay.
that's what they call it. So like if so let's just take Hbar.news, right? If I trademarked Hbar.news, then
Mhm.
I own it for media, news, entertainment purposes. Then a clothing company could come out called Hbar.news and have shirts that say Hbar.news and everything. And if they trademarked it for that class, there's nothing I could do if I didn't.
Okay.
And there's something
But
like 40 classes. It's crazy,
but so like when we're talking specifically, so like this guy that opened the restaurant, he can trademark that shit, but it's not equivalent to a piece of art. A restaurant is not art, so he can't sue, or could he sue? I don't know. I think it could be like, it's really muddy to me. In my head, it seems muddy.
it is, yeah.
Like if they really wanted to make a go of it, they could, like you said. It's not a hard process. You walked me through it. It's how to copyright images.
Copyright, yeah.
And I mean, I'll probably need your help again for the next batch, but to me, it's just everyone out there. I think that this should be a wake up call to the people that want to do derivatives and stuff. And if you are going to do a derivative, I mean, you got to make it like different enough. Like we
we
dissect things.
stuff.
He is different enough that he's not touchable, even if someone held a copyright.
But then there's also there's a point that's how do you word it? So if you come up with a derivative or even something that's critical of something else that's allowed, it has to be different enough that the consumer doesn't think, like, so if I make a art of Coca-Cola, it has to be different enough that the consumer doesn't get confused to thinking it was Coca-Cola that made it. Yeah.
Yeah, so this is where punks are so simple in their bit design that I could see a 100% total valid argument that people can get confused that Larva Labs did not make these. There's not a lot of detail that goes into a punk. I mean, they got a little pixelized. I mean, you know what I mean? So I can see a valid argument where someone can say, I thought I was buying an original punk.
Yeah.
And it's the BAYC derivatives. I mean, all they do is like put different accessories on them, but it's the same.
Were they the first primates? Were they like the first primate NFTs, or were there ones before them?
I don't know. We'd be going down a rabbit hole if we were looking for the first animal NFTs.
Well, no, just the first apes.
Like they exploded it at once.
Yeah,
because like punks and apes you see everywhere. I mean, everybody's making punks.
Miladies now are everywhere. Miladies.
I don't even know what that is.
It's like an anime, Japanese profile pic. Maybe I see it more. Like to me, it's everywhere because I'm in that group of people. So like my everywhere is totally different from your guys' everywhere.
And what is it? My lady?
Milady. Like, hey, my lady. Like MILADYS. And they were minted like May of last year. And now like everyone has one. They're buying multiple. And I mean, I think they're like, their floors is getting higher and higher. Mm-hmm. Like everyone out of nowhere, and I don't understand it. Like it could be a group pushing it. I don't know. I imagine there are large groups that push projects, you know, because they have a vested interest. But nothing wrong with that. But I'm just saying, like, these came out of left field, and it's they look like a really knockoff Animal Crossing character a little bit. Mm. Yeah, not the best art. Yeah. Not even a little bit of a good art. No offense to the creator or the people holding them. That's just my opinion.
Well, I think as time passes, you're going to start seeing the art evolve that is available and popular. I think people are going to start demanding more of the artwork that they hold as NFTs. So,
Yeah, yeah.
but
And what I think is cool too, we're gonna do a merch through Hello Future Buzz because they have a shop now. I think it was who do they have on there already? It looks like a bear with like kind of like a heart, but it's kind of like almost looks like reminds me of like a Five Nights at Freddy's bear,
okay, I
but
think
kind of
yep,
pixelated. Do you know what I'm talking
I do
about?
know what you're talking about. Is it
Yeah,
called
it's
Hash
actually
Bears?
I don't know if it's
Probably.
hash bears,
There's
but
one out there
it's
called Hash Bears.
it's like their pose is like this,
Mm-hmm.
right? And it's
The
just
Batty
it's like
Hatties.
yes, there it is.
Yes, that's it.
Batty Hattie. Yeah. And so like that's on there and soon like there be I told Elizabeth, I said, listen, I said we need to make waifu pillows, but body pillows.
Mm-hmm.
So people can sleep with them.
I'm on,
Because
I'm
they
on the
do.
website. I'm on her website right now. I didn't know Lehman Bros was on there.
Did you see the bikini?
Did they have a bikini with a Lehman on
People
the
have already bought it.
butt?
People have already bought it. I
Have
swear
they?
to God. Yes. Yeah. But yeah. I think
Is
it's
that like
hilarious.
those juicy shorts or whatever?
No, there's
Put
an
with
actual
Lehman's
bikini.
face? Oh, bikini.
Yeah. Oh, bikini. Yeah, but yeah, so we'll be getting merch in like stickers, t-shirts, hoodies, probably backpacks. They have like Adidas backpacks that we can put our stuff on, our champion, and then of course, like I said, body pillows, right? Like my name is literally Pillow Profit on Twitter. Like if we don't put out a pillow, that's just defying destiny. And yeah, so I'm excited, man. I'm excited.
Yeah, I think merch is the way to go. What is it? A Weird Trip Club? They're associated with Axis.
They're associated, yeah, with Access.
They seem to be doing a bunch of merch stuff too. I
Did
wound up
Is
getting
V
one of their
Access still a
orbs.
thing? Are they still around?
Yeah, they're around.
Wow.
Yeah,
I
they're
thought they
still
would have
kinda
died
good.
out after that last
The
when
Bin
the
Laden
founders.
comment.
Yeah, the Bin Laden
Well, I think that all
fiasco
got
from the
blown up, but I
founder.
think they still have every intention of being a platform.
Oh no, yeah, no. I'm not saying they're. Well, I don't know if you look through
Yeah, whether they make
the
it or
guy's
not,
history.
whether they make it or not is another question. But I think
That
they
goes
still have
to
intention.
our last episode when we had Connor from Hedera Starter on. I said that just because something doesn't pan out doesn't mean it's a rug.
Exactly.
Companies, they try and they fail.
Yeah, but
But
there
at
are
least
some
they tried.
companies. There are some companies that act like they want to succeed and purposely don't succeed.
Don't.
It's like
just for
it's
the quick cash.
yeah, it's like the foundation. Like they set up. I don't know if they still do it, but they used to set up milestones to get the money, to get the grant money. Like, so hey, we'll give you 10,000 now. Once you do this, we'll give you another 10,000. Once you do this, so that's a way of like making sure the business doesn't go bad. Because I mean, think about it. Like I could say, hey, I'm Hbar.news, give me a grant, and they could say, oh, here's $100,000, and then next
You
week I'm
just
like,
walk
oh,
off.
Yeah, like that's all I needed.
the
thanks.
website failed. I'm sorry, the website failed.
Right.
I don't know how to renew my domain name. Sorry, guys. Someone else bought it.
I'm on location in Puerto Rico now and reporting the news from just there.
Just there. Oh man. But yeah, I don't know. It's not something. It's not a project I'm focused on. I'm laser focused on Wellfu. So
Yeah.
I said it right this time, Wellfu. So that means good things.
Yeah, it's time to start seeing some stuff get off the ground. And are there any other projects that are supposed to be getting off the ground? I hear a lot of stuff about Dovu. I hear a bunch of stuff about Siki. Is that how it's pronounced? Siki?
That's how I say it. I don't know if that's how it's pronounced, but
saw something recently from them about a bunch of artists that they're going to have on there. I don't remember off the top of my head, but I do remember looking through a list and saying like, oh shit, those are like legit artists. So, or legit music artists.
Yeah. And speaking of music, Tune FM just redid their whole website too.
Did they?
Oh, did
I've
they?
been dying for them to do that, so I got to go check that out after this.
I'm gonna check it out right now.
Look at you guys.
You guys keep talking. I know this is
Yeah.
rude to me. Tune.fm.
I'd love to go peruse the internet while we're chatting, but I'm so nervous about
Oh, it does
fucking
look good.
up the screen of what we're recording. So,
Well,
I'm always Googling stuff as we're
This
talking.
is-
That's how I
Busy as
knew
hell.
Batty Hattie and everything. I was like,
man, this is
I
a
thought you were
scroll
just like
fest.
super resourceful, Peter.
They may have updated, but this is a scroll fest.
yeah, because that's because they're launching a whole new site.
Oh,
So
man.
they redid like their landing page.
How many
and now
pages is
they're-
this? Landing
now-
pages is what you meant to say, because this is
Okay.
going on
And
for
then
10
they're-
years.
Is the players any better than it was? Because the player
I
was
haven't
kinda
checked the player
not
part
so
out.
great.
I know they're launching like a whole new system with NFTs and everything now.
Mm.
So
Speaking of, here, did either of you ever?
oh
use-
yeah, they did change it.
See how much you have to scroll? It keeps going. It goes on forever.
Oh yeah, the player is different. But
The
it's
login is really. I like the login area.
Start radio. What does that do?
Did
Oh
either
shit.
of you ever use Winamp?
Sorry. Did you guys all hear
Winamp?
that?
Winamp?
What?
Is that what you said?
Yeah. Did I have
Oh.
either of you ever used Winamp? Like back in the
Yeah,
it
way
sounds
back.
in the day, way
stupid
back.
familiar.
So
It's
it
like
was-
a codec program.
Yeah, it was a media player that, like, when MP3s first came out, and it was
I
like
probably
a
did.
really great way to put a library together, and it was kind of a sleek. Yeah, you could get new skins and stuff like that for your player, and so I guess they're back in business. Somebody must have bought it up, and they're working on NFT development, and the community is like outraged. They're like, how dare you get involved in all those scams and stuff like that. But I sent a message to them. I said, you guys should get in contact with Jam and Tune FM and work something out, because Tune FM's player is absolute garbage, and Winamp could use to get into the NFT game, and they've kind of got that
Yeah.
pinned down so far. They're doing music rights really well, as far as I can tell. They don't. Again, I'm not on their website, so I don't know if they have a bunch of artists now. Does it seem like they have the same collection of artists they've always had, or they got anything
Yeah,
new
because
on
that
there?
no, they're launching. So I know because I don't know if I'm supposed to announce this yet, but whatever, I don't care. So I'm an advisor on Tune FM now.
We're an
and-
advisor.
and
We're
they are launching with a bunch of new artists and everything. They're gonna have like a stepped launch, kind of like NFT.com is gonna do with their launch, where they like you have
Go
a
to the
date, you're gonna
Ethereum
launch a
community.
few people.
They're gonna go to the Ethereum community first, and then
I'm getting so much hate because like I'm getting emails yelling at Hbar.news because Jordan tweeted, "I'd love to do an interview," and then I'm saying this publicly, I don't care.
Yeah.
And then he never got in touch with me. So people are thinking it's Hbar.news. They're like, "Hey, what the hell? Where's the Jordan interview?" And I'm like, he doesn't answer. He put me in touch with his brother, and they're saying they're not doing the press thing. And people are like, "You're not press. This is the Hedera community." I'm like, "Yeah, like I don't know, but he
they're
just
not
never
doing
reached
the
out."
press thing. There's
Not right now.
There's so much about that project that just seems so weird to me. Like, I don't
But you
understand.
gotta-
I get it in that the Ethereum community is considerably much larger than the Hedera community, right?
Yes.
But you built off of the backs of the Hedera community.
Yep.
So to go and not have the Hedera community be the first thing that you offer to is kind of crappy. And here's the thing. I don't think that they have the Ethereum fans to really give a crap about what they're doing. The people that care what you're doing is Hedera, and you basically just stab them all in the back.
But I don't think it matters. I mean,
It's
the
not-
domain name itself, NFT.com. I mean, no matter what, they're gonna make
They're
money.
going to sell. Yeah,
Yeah, the
I agree
problem,
with that.
but I mean, people don't see things for what they are, and everybody's like, "Oh, like Jordan's a rich businessman." What do rich businessmen want to do? They want to make
Make
money.
money.
Like, so everybody's like, "Oh, why would you do this to the Hedera community?" Because
Well, see,
his
that's
community is money. It's
See,
not Hedera.
I'm looking at it from a business standpoint. I 100% understand why he did what he did. I just think it was short-sighted because if you're trying to build a community, which is what you need to do with something like NFT.com, you should build a community with the community you already have support from. You're going to go out into the sea of Ethereum now, where you're one amongst many very large organizations that are trying to do the same thing, and you're going to try and win over all their customers.
Okay,
Good luck
devil's
with that. It's
advocate.
just not going to happen.
You just said that he needs to be building communities. So theoretically, like you said, not even theoretically, he did build off the back of Hedera, which is a community
Yeah.
of users. And then he opened up a new community of users, which would be Ethereum.
But where are
And
they?
then announced they'll be there.
But they'll
They'll be. It's
disagree.
the market. The
I
market.
disagree.
The market's so huge, dude. There's no way that NFT.com does not sell out.
I have not seen on any of his posts a single person from Ethereum or Polygon or Solana or Tezos saying, "Thank you for doing what we're doing. We're very excited about you building this community for us." All I
Yes,
have
but he
seen
has-
are Hedera fans who are like, "What the fuck?"
But that's because people don't know who he is outside of the Hedera community, really, except for his business associates and these technology companies. But his network alone and the marketing money from his connections will bring all them over instantly. I think. I mean, my
I
opinion.
think so as well. I think it's inevitable. I mean, they're gonna NFT.com. Come on, that right there. I mean, is worth
Yeah, but pets.com
over $50 million.
right?
Just the name.
I think over and over again, it has been proven that just a URL alone does not make a business. And it's very easy to overinflate the value of a business based off of just a URL. If the value of your business is just the URL, good luck. It's going to still cost a shit ton of money to try and get everyone to know and understand what your URL is valuable for.
All right. But I mean, even so, as a URL, like cars.com is going to be infinitely more valuable than looking for a used car.com. You know what I'm saying? Like, so no matter how much money and building you do, the URL plays
And
an
they don't even
important
really
part.
have to do that much building, right? Because like Ethereum and Tezos are already bridged. Like there's already like Rarible. You can go right on there and I can log in with my wallet and all my crap's gonna be there. You know, from
Right.
both platforms. So
But
like
he did. But Jordan did say that NFT.com is built on Hedera, though.
yeah, maybe the back end is built
Yeah,
on
the back
Hedera.
end is built on Hedera.
Yeah.
I mean, so
I think parts of what was built on Hedera is the leaderboard for the URLs that you can purchase for NFT.com / Peter Uliano or NFT.com / Rolex.
Hedera
or
is powering
NFT.com.
the Twitter icon that you click on their website
Yeah.
to redirect the traffic.
So yeah, I think
Well,
I
I
think
always
it was just
said,
in poor
and
taste.
Mark-
You had a whole community that
No,
would have
I
that would
agree.
have yay rah-rah'd you the whole way, and then you easily could have slipped Ethereum in like on day 2.
no, well, I agree. Do you see like and some people pointed it out on Twitter, and I was like, yeah, that's a bad look. Like Jordan's like, hey, look at this NFT I purchased. Hey, look at my new profile picture of this NFT. And somebody was like, do you buy Hedera NFTs? And there was like silence. He just didn't respond. And everybody started talking in the Telegram. They're like, "Hey, Jordan came from Hedera, and he doesn't even own a Hedera NFT, I don't think." And then somebody else was like, "I tried gifting him an NFT, and he was like, no, thank you." So
Wow.
Well, he was gifted a whole bunch of NFTs, and he actually has some of it. He's used Hedera NFTs as his profile pictures before. But again, I think a lot of people that gave him NFTs got pissed off, and they were like, "What do you do? Like, so your NFT.com isn't going to be involved with Hedera? I gave you a Hedera NFT as kind of a promotion for my own stuff, and now it's not even going to be available on NFT.com." So I don't know.
well, Lady H Bar,
Yep.
H Barbarian, she made that Jordan got fried thing. Did you see that?
Yeah, I remember.
He was like smoking pot or whatever.
Yeah.
Jordan got fried, and like she asked his permission. He was like, "Yeah, go for it. It's funny. Like I want to see it." And he made it his profile picture, but
I remember that.
he right click saved it. He didn't offer to buy it. He right click saved and made it his profile picture.
What?
Yeah.
Why
Wow.
not? It's your likeness.
Yeah, I mean,
If
somebody
anybody
else
can get
bought.
away with right clicking, it's a picture of yourself, I guess.
That is
Yeah.
true. I guess that's true.
But you're not
But
gonna make
damn.
me pay for a picture of my own picture.
But I mean, in the NFT community, that's frowned upon.
Right. Yeah, I mean, to
don't
be
know.
honest, you kind of have to right click save your own stuff to get it onto Twitter anyways.
Yeah, this is true. But when we say
they
that,
connect now, right? With they let you like do something with NFTs for your profile picture. I don't know. They don't let me do it. Twitter. I click my profile picture
Twitter
and I don't
Blue.
have the option. But
it's Twitter Blue. You have to pay like $1 a month, but like, it's such a commie company. I'm not gonna give them $1. I did in the very beginning for like a month just because I wanted to like test it, right? I want to test this out. So they got $1 from me, to win the hearts and minds of whoever they want to win the hearts and minds of. And it only is for Ethereum. So unless you have like an Ethereum avatar, and like I have some like from like way back like last year that I think I have like 9 Ethereum NFTs, maybe less. But I think that's it. Like they should do like Tezos or something, and Polygon or.
I'm very speaking of URLs. I'm and trademarks and brand names and stuff. I'm very interested to see what happens because there's a company called Immutable X, which is a layer 2 on Ethereum, and they own Immutable.com. They are Immutable.com, and now you have a company who's called Immutable Holdings, who's taking NFT.com, going into the same space. I am betting that Immutable X is going to have a lawsuit on Immutable Holdings at some point. That's
why do you think?
Well, because
Immutable Holdings is just a holding company, right? So they're not advertising Immutable Holdings.
Well,
it's a holding company.
Yeah. Well, we'll see how it plays out. If I was Immutable X and I saw that this company Immutable Holdings was coming into my playground, I would probably want to seek, some kind of legal ramifications for it.
Yeah. No,
even if you lose, you're still going to fight the fight just to see if you can win. Because if you can win, then you can take out a competitor.
Just almost Immutable Holdings.
Almost immutable. Slightly. There's slightly immutable holdings.
Immutable self-storage.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I'm rooting for Jordan. I hope that Immutable Holdings and NFT.com are successful, but I am a fraction of the amount of excited I was when it first was announced.
I'm
excited
rooting
about
personally because I think it would be really cool to have a place, because I think his vision is actually really awesome, but it's going to take a lot of work from a lot of people to bridge a lot of different tokens to make it a reality. I don't think people realize how big of an undertaking that is.
But I think
it takes a lot of work just to make wrapping contracts and all of that. You have your WETH, you have your ETH, you have your wrapped Tezos, you have your unwrapped Tezos, you have your wrapped Ethereum. You know what I mean? Like, so that wrapped Ethereum is what, but in order to speak across, contracts, you need that. So as of right now, there ain't too many.
But nobody even knows
what
NFT.com is. Everybody's excited.
Isn't it in the name though? Isn't it in the name though?
Pretty sure they're an NFT marketplace.
Yeah, like NFT.com.
No, they're not though. Right?
Well,
they have a one page. They have a one pager out. I haven't read it because
I thought that they were a marketplace.
But
that was going to be.
But that's not what I heard. So what I heard is that it was going to be multiple individual marketplaces based on domains.
So you can have your own
if you're Nike,
storefront.
If you're Nike, you're NFT.com/Nike, and that's Nike's NFT store.
Well, and that's very similar. That's very similar to what Dpub is doing, right? Dpub doesn't have a marketplace itself, but each individual artist has their own story page, and you can list as many stories on your own personal pages as you want.
That's what Mintable does on Zilliqa as well.
Yeah. So I mean, I still consider that a marketplace, but you're right. It's not an open marketplace where you're just browsing NFTs. But that would
Jordan,
be
if you're listening to this, you can hear the confusion even amongst the three of us, and then multiply that by a whole ecosystem of people. And then I guess there you go, right? Because I thought it was a marketplace. Peter says it's, and he's probably, on top of it. All right. It's
no, I don't know.
URL based marketplace. And then you also thought it was a type of different marketplace. So we're all very confused. And maybe they should put something out that clarifies it.
Here's the
thing. Maybe they should reach out to Hbar.news and do an interview.
You know why he won't? Because it's not Hbar focused and he doesn't give a shit about Hedera.
No filter. No prisoners.
I'm crapping on Jordan right now, but he's a great guy. He did amazing things for Hedera, but I got to rag on him. Whatever, you guys.
Hey, let's talk about. Hey, since we're talking shit,
let's sling some more mud.
No, let's. I'm curious, and I would like to talk publicly because I think people are afraid to. There's a million. Now there's a ton of YouTube channels for Hedera. There's a ton of different avenues to talk about Hedera. Nobody's talking about what Hbar Price is saying.
Yeah, here's my take. Here's my take on Hbar Price. Everyone should stop following the guy. He's got like over 20,000 followers on Twitter still, and I would say venture that 90% of those people don't want to hear what he has to say anymore. I unfollowed him, but I don't think anybody else will, and that's why he keeps coming up on everybody's.
But is any of what is there truth in any of what he's saying?
I haven't found
there's
any
truth,
untruths.
but it's not. There's truth, but he's painting it in a way in which it wasn't already transparent, right?
So I haven't found any untruths in the actual images he's put out or the receipts that he's put out, but what I think gets lost in translation is the context in which he is talking about what he's talking about.
I do want to say he should not be attacking people personally, though. What he did to Kyle Armoire, I think, was out of line. I mean,
I'll attack him personally.
Personal life.
He's a dick, and he was a dick from the tail end of when his Telegram channel started to go down. He started to become a real asshole to everyone, and then something pissed him off, and then he dropped the whole thing. And so to be a community builder and then you're playing a board game, right? Everybody's got their pieces out on the table, and then you flip the table and you say, I'm taking my shit and I'm going home.
You know who else was like this? The founder of Hen, Raphael. I think his name is Raphael. There was another marketplace that came out. I think it was Object.com at the time, and they made their own contract, which would have cut royalties that Raphael would have been getting through all the minting that was taking place, just almost like he had a monopoly on Tezos, right? And he did the same thing. He flipped the table. He pulled the plug on the website, and luckily everyone was able to make mere sites, and it just went business as usual. But he was one of those people. But I do want to say this. I was in Hbar Price's Telegram chat, and anyone that does not allow stickers in their Telegram chat is an asshole. I'm sorry. I have so many good stickers, and it's a huge, like, I went into a Hbar Telegram. I was like, I can't do stickers, and then I haven't been in there since. I don't care how much wisdom is spread. If I can't do a Pepe the Frog sticker, I'm out.
Right. Well, and I think it's better that he's kind of not involved in that Telegram now. Anyway, it allows Telegram to evolve
in a lot of things
in a better way.
And I commented on one of his threads too, and I said, I was like, everyone takes profits. Why is he like?
Right.
Even if they did take money, like that's what you do. You're an early investor, and then you reap your rewards. What?
Well,
is this not America?
So let me tell you this. So the second that someone within Hedera flipped on Hedera and started shitting all over it, he would be the first person to say, look at these people shitting all over Hedera. These are the people that you want running. And he's doing that exact same thing. It's like, I don't understand what the motive behind it is.
Anger.
I don't know, but we also, but as a community, and I think Hedera has a problem with, as a community, everything Hedera does, everybody's like, yeah, that's the way to do it. Yeah, you're doing the right thing.
But it's not.
But you don't have to be, I mean, I could be a fan, I could be friends with Mark and Jacob. That doesn't mean that if Mark or Jacob goes outside and punches a baby, that I have to agree with it.
Support with
you know what I'm saying? Like I don't have to support everything they do. And I think the Hedera community.
Yeah. Are you tapped into my Ring doorbell or something?
but the Hedera community feels like whatever Hedera does is great.
I agree with that.
I disagree because I think the Hedera community is critical of itself. Like a lot of people are pissed off, and for good reason, that the transactions that have been promised, the step functions that have been promised, aren't here yet, right? So I think that the community is able to be critical of itself. It's just that when like Hbar Price goes on these rants, like bashing individuals and talking about people's individually selling their Hbar, like, why do you care so much about that in particular? I care about the fundamentals of the platform, what they're doing to develop it, and how they're spreading the word. Which I guess you could make arguments that maybe the marketing hasn't been that great, but it's not marketed towards individual investors. It's marketed towards big enterprise use cases, and none of us are that. So if we don't ever hear the marketing, it's fine, because none of us are enterprise.
Someone asked me the target market on Twitter why Wafu went away from, because we started out on there originally, and then went to Zilka. And I said, there was nothing here for us. I said, there was no tools. You couldn't even see an NFT in your damn wallet. I said, there was nothing for us to, as far as tools and development wise, for the retail investor. So why would we spend all that time and money to reinvent the wheel when there's all this market share to be had over here that has the tools? And I said it, I've been saying this from the beginning. Hedera is like 5 years late to the retail market. They have so much catching up to do. It's not even funny. And that may piss some people off. I don't care, but it's the truth. And like you said, they are enterprise. And it's going to be people like Mark that wants to do his own thing. It's going to be people like Peter that wants to do his, Hbar.news and Wafu. We are the retail, right? So we got to produce the product. And that's going to be on our heads to do that. I don't see Hedera getting actively involved ever in retail. I don't think.
I agree.
That's not where they're at. We gotta be the retail, and and I think that's fun in a way. But back to Hbar Price's one of his threads I thought was interesting. It was out of context. It was true, but out of context. Is he had a chart where he's like, the founders are dumping, and he had like 10 million, 10 million, 10 million, like, all over. And yeah, while that's true, I mean, it made it look like they were dumping like $10 million worth of HBAR, like at all these different times, when really it was like in their contract that they were allowed to do X percent. Like they're allowed to sell. Like you can go there and look for yourself and see the rules of the founders and what they are allowed or not allowed to do when it comes to, selling HBAR. So that was out of context. And then like after like so many comments down, he explained, oh no, it's this and that, but he never really explained it on the first post. It's like buried underneath comments.
I guess the thing that upsets me the most about what he's doing is what he's doing now, which is posting stuff and not allowing people to comment on it. And it's like, how could you say that people aren't being transparent enough and then not
He locks it down,
and then lock it down so that nobody else can criticize you? It's just
no, but
he's
and
talking
also
out his ass is what's happening.
Yeah, and the bringing up people's personal life and what they did in their past, I think has no bearing on anything. I mean, if you bring up my past, I mean, I guarantee you, like I had a really rough past, like when I was young.
Don't bring up my past either. I mean, bring up my past. I don't care. I'm perfectly happy
but
with
it has
who I
nothing
am
to
and
do
who I
with
have been.
But it has nothing to do with how you run a business now. Like,
Correct.
I mean, whatever. I think we should wrap up though now.
Yeah, I think it's probably we
shitting on Hbar Price is a perfect ending.
I think so. It feels good.
This feels right.
It does feel right. Maybe we could put a proposal for him to just like go away or something like that. Or you know what? Maybe we need to
let's have him on.
Let's
DM,
have
him on.
No, let's DM him like other DLTs that he should participate in, and then he can just kind of rain on their
ADA.
Is he still
exactly.
building Earth
Set
Tile?
up the Cardano.
Yes, set him up with a Cardano account. And
is he still building Earth Tile?
No, I did some research onto Earth Tile. Doing absolutely nothing with it, which is another reason I don't want to listen to him at all. Like, look, you have this project that you pumped up and said was going to do a whole bunch of stuff, and is really just a bunch of bullshit. You haven't done anything with your project. It kind of is fluffy anyway. It's like, oh, we're going to do some kind of environmental thing, and it's not in any way, shape, or form actually contributing to a better world. So yeah, I'm sorry, I just don't give a crap what he has to say, and I wish everybody would just kind of tune him off. So, Speaking of tuning out, this has been your episode number, whatever the hell it is, of the Hash Graph. And I'm Mark Lombardi. This is Peter Uliano. This is Jacob Williams. Peace.